welcome back to the channel. So today we are checking out the Amplitank Tank 2. The folks over at FiFine were nice enough to send this over for review, so let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. So this is a dual option XLR USB microphone with the 3.5mm headphone jack for monitoring, and also has a dedicated mute button. So inside we have, again, comes your standard FiFine user guide. As always, these guys package their microphones in very good packaging. The foam is pretty solid. Okay. Comes with a base. There's the microphone. Comes with a dedicated holder. Foam screen. Pop that off. Okay. Again, on the back bottom here, again, you have your XLR, your USB-C, headphone jack with a volume rocker here. I believe this is for adjusting the volume on the headphone monitor. Again, you have your mute switch here. All right, let's see what else is in here. Comes with your USB cable, USB-C, also has an adapter on the end to convert from USB-C to USB-A. Let's see what else. And there's also a little bar here. So it comes complete already with its own microphone stand. That's pretty cool. All right, there's nothing else in the box, but yeah, this is a pretty decent amount of things here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this connected and we'll see how it sounds. All right, so I have the Tank 2 connected. The first thing I wanna highlight here is that, this microphone, you do not need to power this with phantom power. It does not need phantom power at all. And I have the, again, XLR connected right now. So this is, you're listening to this through the XLR connection. Now, the thing that's also cool about this is, the mute switch also mutes the microphone via XLR. A lot of times I've seen where the mute switch only activates or, is functional for the USB portion of the microphone, but it's nice that, this switch also will mute the mic via the XLR cable. And the other thing I just want to point out, let me get a closer up shot here. Again, this comes with, you can't hear me. This comes with this microphone stand. So I will mute this. So yeah, this is a pretty decent microphone stand that this comes with as well. Like it's adjustable. Where's my measuring tape here? So I'm looking at from the bottom base to the top. Right now I have it from about a foot off the ground, off the table, I should say, for the actual microphone. The stand, I can extend this a good 7, 8 inches. So this is a pretty decent, just little stand here, and it comes with it. The volume and the headphone jack here, that doesn't work with the XLR, but obviously I'm pretty sure it'll work with the USB. But this is what it sounds like on the XLR. I will tilt this to this direction. All right, I'm gonna tilt it or angle it. This is what the rejection sounds like. As the microphone is facing away from me, it's now pointing to my right. So you can hear how it's capturing my voice. Put it turned to the right. This is now with it turned to the left. Microphone is turned to the left. You can hear how I'm speaking directly towards it and how it's capturing or deflecting the sound from anything coming over to the side here. And then naturally, if I turn it all the way around, this is how well it's capturing whatever is coming at it when the microphone is facing away from the subject and I'm talking towards it. I'm talking towards it, and this is what it sounds like. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back around. And now it's facing back to me, and I'm talking back directly into it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and switch it over into the USB portion, and we'll hear how it sounds like on the USB connection. But this is what it sounds me talking into it over USB. Again, I have my arms on the desk. It's on the microphone stand, but really not a lot of background noise, if any. I really like how this sounds. I think USB microphones, typically provide a very good sound. I'm quite impressed with this. And again, this case, it's lighting up because it's connected through USB. I will go ahead and click the mute switch, which it should also mute the microphone. Okay, so yeah, as you see, as I turn it off, in this case, as I mute it, the indicator or the green indicator light actually turns red, so you can clearly see in that case that it is muted. Another thing that I want to do is actually take off, the windscreen or the pop filter here, just so you can hear what it sounds like with the pop filter off. I'm going to go ahead and mute the microphone just so you don't hear all of that, handling noise, and then we'll take a listen to see what it sounds like with the pop filter taken off. All right, so this is what it sounds like with the pop filter taken off. You do hear a little bit more of the breath as I'm talking into it. So the pop filter is very handy on this. I can already hear some of the plosives coming through as I'm talking on it. So this pop filter does a great job actually at, reducing those plosives as I'm talking to the microphone. And I'm pretty happy and glad that they included it. So this is what it sounds like with the pop filter off. Again, you can kind of hear it coming through. More of that won't gross you out with just, mouth noise, but this gives you a sense of, what you would expect it or have an idea what it's going to sound like with no pop filter included. So I also just wanted to give a quick comparison of these two. So this is the FiFine Tank 2, and this is I say bigger brother, the FiFine Tank 3. Again, a lot of similar features between the two. Again, there's a dedicated mute. This one has a mute button, where this one has the mute switch. Again, on both of these, there is an XLR and USB connection, and they both offer a headphone, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that you can monitor the sound on it. Again, both support XLR and USB connection. So if you're looking for something, the more of the big brother side of it, you have the Tank 3. However, the Tank 2 is also a very decent very decent choice. You know, honestly, I'd have to say the Tank 2 is one of my favorite microphones that I have reviewed from FiFine here. Like, I'm not kidding. Seriously, I know there's a lot of shilling that happens on the internet. This is not one of them. I was genuinely impressed. And even, you know, with the fact that they're including, you know, this nice microphone stand, the size wise, it's compact, it's not too big. You know, I was actually thinking to myself, like, I wanted to get a smaller one, but this is perfect. And again, it adjusts just like you would expect for any other, you know, stand. It doesn't go up super high, but that's really for something this size, that's all you need, or that's all that I need. So for everything that comes with this, you know, the mic, pop filter, the features for the USB and the XLR and the headphone monitoring and this stand, I'm genuinely saying it's probably my favorite from FiFine. The Tank 2 is legit. And, you know, just take a look at this. As of the time of this video, right now on Amazon, it's priced at $49.49, so it's on sale. $50. You get the mic, you get the stand, again, an XLR and USB mic, and it sounds good, guys, with the pop filter. So, like, legit. $50 right now. Great job on this one, FiFine. I really enjoyed just reviewing it. I hope, again, everything how it sounds translates over very well in the YouTube video, so that folks out there that are listening to this can get a good sense of, you know, how it sounds. Again, I would really say I really like this product. But if this video was at all helpful for you, I would appreciate it if you went ahead and hit that like button. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you have not subscribed, please do. Again, I will be doing something special for once I do hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. But that being said, until next time,